Welcome to the Playbook for Amazon podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Lieber, and the goal of this podcast is to share what's working today that's helping my company, Turnkey Product Management, sell over 8 figures per year on Amazon for our clients. We will share with you the actionable steps, systems, and playbook that you can plug into your business to boost your sales on Amazon. Let's go. Today, we talk about 3 different types of product videos that sell, and the cost ranges from $30 all the way up to $30,000 or higher. And if you don't have any video that's currently in your assets or arsenal in your product-based business, then this is absolutely a must listen. If you do have videos already and you have those assets in your business, but you know that you probably should be creating some more videos this year, I'm going to cover some ways that you can speed up the video production process and reduce your costs. So I think there's going to be something in here for everyone that will hopefully help you guys on the video side of things and sell more product. So let's jump in. All right, so if you are in a product-based business, video is so important because it can take your business to the next level. Videos, in my mind, are assets that you can use, just like having a great product photography and a photo arsenal. If you have videos, you can not only use them on Amazon, there's multiple places you can put them on Amazon. You can also put them on all over your website, right? You can splice the videos to be made for social media content as well as social media ads. So that's just a few that are off the top of my head. There are so many different ways to use video. And just think about it. When you're on social media or just on the web nowadays, how many videos are popping up on your phone, on your news feed, right? The direction is definitely moving towards video and away from just photo or text only. And so it's a good initiative to make sure you're including in your business so you don't get left behind, and there's just so much opportunity with it. Today, we're going to talk about 3 different types of videos that you can create, and it's basically on any type of budget, whether you're on a shoestring budget or you're running a $10 million business and want to take it to the next level using video. There's some tips in here for everyone. So first, the 3 types of videos are do-it-yourself videos, which is like storytelling videos or just selfie type videos. Number 2, slideshow videos. This is going to be for a lot of you out there because you can take, if you don't have a video shoot or a videographer, you can actually just take your existing photos that you have and take your pictures and convert that into a video, and it will sell really well. And then we'll talk about higher level, like commercial grade videos, hiring a professional and the different ways to do that. So let's jump in. So first, let's start with do-it-yourself videos. So this is one of the best places to start. If you don't have any videos, this is quick and easy and basically free. And the steps are, you can use your cell phone for these types of videos, no problem. We do it all the time at Turnkey. If you have a tripod or something like that, that's great. But if you don't let that hold you back. You can do it just holding your phone in your hand and just making a video as best as possible. The overall main steps that I would say is just, if you're going to do it around your product, literally film your product in your hands or using the product or describing the product, and just do it in front of a camera. Talk through the story about what problem are you solving for your audience. Once you do that, then all you got to do is tell them, what action do you want them to take? Do you want them to go visit your website to buy the product? Do you want them to buy it on Amazon? So give them a very clear action. In that call to action, it is best, in my opinion, to try to really be specific with it. So if this is going to be for, say, an Amazon listing, then I would say at the very end, give your whole product pitch and describe the benefits and walk them through it. But then at the very end, say it's available here at Amazon.com. And that just really helps drive that home and give them a very simple, clear call to action. It just helps to tell them exactly what you want them to do. But if you're doing it for, say, a Facebook video ad or a Facebook post or Instagram post, and you want them to go to your website and you prefer to have the traffic be funneled to your website, then tell them that at the very end, your call to action can be go buy it at myproduct.com. And if you can make any sort of offer or sweetening the deal or give them a reason to act now, that's even better. When you go in to record the video, don't stress out about it too much, about the production value or having a perfect background or having all the, the equipment that you might see other people using. Just really try to focus on if you can get the message across about your product and about your product benefits and how it's going to help the customer. That's really all that matters. If you can get that message across and they can see, what you're talking about and see the product clearly enough, then honestly, that's the easiest place to start, and that can sell really, really well, and it seems really authentic because it is. Okay, so that's basically the do-it-yourself video. You can do it by holding it in your hand. You can use a selfie stick. You can have a tripod. All those accessories are literally like $10 to $20 on Amazon, and I would highly recommend using those because it does help it just seem a little bit more professional. So the second type of video is we call it slideshow videos. And this can be the easiest place for you to start if you already have an Amazon listing where you probably have at least 9 images for your given product, and hopefully you have a lot more than that to choose from. We can take all those images and use it here. And the other great thing about making a slideshow video is that if it is for Amazon specifically, you're no longer restricted to only be using like white background photos, right? Because Amazon can be pretty strict about what's in the photos. But as far as what's in the video, they don't care. So now you can really sprinkle in, the lifestyle images or product being used by a model or out at the beach or in beautiful settings. And you can really do any type of shot that you want. There's no limit to what you can include in there. And then next, what I would recommend is make sure you're using high quality image, number 1. And 2, we're going to talk about how you can make a very simple script where you can narrate the slideshow video as well. There are 2 options to make a slideshow video. One is basically free, and that's the do-it-yourself model. And number 2 is to hire a professional or expert. So let's talk about do-it-yourself first. So what you can do is simply just use an online slideshow video maker. One, you can use Microsoft PowerPoint. You can use Google Slides. You can use Prezi.com, Prezi.com. And you can just Google, online slideshow maker or online video maker. And there's a lot of them out there nowadays, and they're free or very, very cheap. You just import all of your photos into different slides. These softwares can really do a great job. Like Prezi, I've used it before. Prezi.com really does a good job of making the transitions and the text, and they can pan over the still image. So even though it's just a still image that you're looking at of your product, they can like pan in and zoom out or go from left to right, even though it's an image. So it almost looks like it was taken with a video. And then just having the slideshow of the different images with transitions, it has a video feel. And then the other thing that I really like to do is try to incorporate written words on the screen, right? You see those videos all the time on social media nowadays where they're basically transcribing what's being said. And so put text on the screen and do a voiceover, right? And the reason for this is that you want to try to appeal to as many people as possible in no matter what setting that they're in. So everyone in the world has a slightly different learning style, right? Some people are very visual learners, like they need to see the presentation or they need to see the photos or the video. Some people are auditory learners and they can simply listen to the narration of it. So maybe they're at the gym listening and your video pops up on their phone and they don't need to see the screen. They can just hear you narrating over the video. So if you can incorporate all of those, you have the visual, you have the written text, you have the photos in there, and you have narration, voiceover, you're basically appealing to a lot of those learning styles all at once. And I think that would be the most effective type of video. But even if you can only incorporate 1 or 2 of those, it's still better than nothing. So again, any of those softwares will work, and you just go into basically the presentation mode. Even in Microsoft PowerPoint, you can literally record in PowerPoint you walking through the different photos and the text and all of that. And at the end, you'll have an actual video file. So you can also use softwares like Loom or Zoom. That's Loom or Zoom. Though they're both free softwares that are basically screen recording software. So you can also record using one of those third-party softwares to do a really good high-quality recording. And that's really effective as well. We do that sometimes at Turnkey. Okay, so that's the do-it-yourself model. But if you're not very tech savvy or you just simply don't have the time, I would recommend that you just hire a professional. So what we're talking about is taking photos and converting it to a video. That's not that difficult for any sort of experienced video editor or video designer. For something like that, just to make one product video for like 1 minute video, for example, would probably cost you $100 or less. Websites that I like to use to find those sort of experts is Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. Or Upwork is another great one. But Fiverr is a little bit easier for me. You can like purchase it right there if you feel confident about the person. But what I would recommend is that you go get 3 different quotes at a minimum from people. Tell them exactly what you want and say, this is, how many images I have. I want it to be a 1 minute video, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll give you a quote. You also want to make sure that whoever you are hiring, that they'll respond to you hopefully within a day or less, right? Because if they're, say, taking 4 days to get back to you, that's a really bad sign if you're trying to move fast, because they might be really, really busy and you might be really low on their totem pole of work, right? Because you might be one of their cheaper clients or projects. And so you want to try to find someone that can work in your time frame and communicates very clearly. And then we also have a couple of designers that we work with here at Turnkey with some of our clients. You can always reach out to us at our Contact Us website if you wanted a recommendation on that. We'd be happy to provide that. So that's that version. Hiring a professional. They can also do more advanced stuff too. You can ask those professionals for advice. Talking to those video editors, when you look at their portfolios of work, that's what I also recommend before you hire them, is really study their, a few of their portfolio examples, past work they've done. But you can also ask them, hey, do you have any other ideas for how we could make, a really amazing product video for Amazon or for our website or for a Facebook ad? And if they've done a lot of them before, which they should have, then they should be able to actually give you some really good ideas as well. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the third type that we're going to talk about today, and that is a commercial type video, commercial grade video. And this is where it gets a little bit more expensive, but again, you can do it for as low as, a couple $100 depending on the scope of what you're looking for. But this is where, it can go all the way up to $30,000 or higher. I'm going to try to give you some tips if you decide to go the commercial video route. Number one, you need to define what you are wanting to have filmed. So the clearer you can be, the easier it will be to find that person that can meet that. For example, I used to have a dog toy in my old business that I'm no longer running, but in that business, that product really needed to be demonstrated on video in order to understand how it worked. And it was, very good video product. And so we knew that we had to do physical, like on location shoot with dogs and with dog owners. And that was just absolutely necessary for our particular product, right? For you, let's say you're selling supplements or whatever product you have, you may be able to get away with simply just more of like a studio type shoot where you're just mainly shooting indoors and don't have to do, a crazy shoot where you're demonstrating the product. But if you can, you can do both. So actually that's what we did. We did both with our product because it was it was a product that we knew needed to be demonstrated, but we also needed really good product shots so we can get some close-ups and all of that. And so this is another just side tip. What we did is we hired a photographer and videographer all in one. He could do both. He had all the equipment, and oftentimes they can do both, right? Because the real cost is the shoot, right? It's taking up their time for whether it's 2 hours or a full day or 2 days, and them using all of their fancy and really nice high quality equipment that can cost tens of thousands of dollars on their part, and they're letting you use all that equipment for a few hours, right? And so the more that you can squeeze into that one-time shoot, the better. And so we just got crystal clear with what we wanted. We said we want to do a product photo shoot, and we wanted to have like 20 different angles with a white background for still shots that we could use for Amazon and for our website. And then we also asked for a video shoot in that white background setting. We just wanted some panning shots of our products because it looks cool. And so we specified that. And then we said, okay, and then we're going to go to a dog park, and we need this many dogs and this many people. And the videographer actually said, well, I know a couple friends that could do it. So he actually helped, without even really any extra charge. He just had some friends that brought their dogs, and then we brought some of our friends and family's dogs, and we conducted it for a shoot. So I think it was like a 5-hour period, we basically did an in-house studio shoot that went great, and the shots we still use today. And then we did a dog park shoot right after that, all in a 5-hour period, knocked it all out in one day, and it went incredibly well. That was, some of the best money that we ever spent. And the other thing I'll say that really helped was, if you can really, again, you can work with the videographer on this too. They can often give suggestions, or you can even pay them to come up with like a script or a timeline of what to shoot and when. It's really important. You want to try to be as efficient as possible, and you also don't want to forget any product shots. You want to define exactly what angles that you want to shoot if you're doing a photo shoot or a video shoot. Like, oh, we need a shot of the dog chasing after it, and of the dog sitting there waiting for the toy, right? Those are two very specific shots that we knew we needed to get. And that, we just simply had a list of 12 different shots we needed, both video and photo. And it was real simple. We crossed it off the list once we had it. And so coming up with that list of shots and what you want is really, really helpful. The other thing is, if you're going to the point where you're actually going to do like the narrated video, where you're going to kind of almost be filming like a 30 or 60 second sort of sales video for your product, I would recommend that you actually write out bullet points of the sales script that you're going to be narrating during the video. Because once you spell that out, that will help you make a list of what shots you want that will match up with that script, right? Because maybe you're going to talk about, I'm the inventor of the product and blah, blah, blah. And then you go on to, and then we made this product, and, we've tried this material, and then we've found this material was the best kind. And so in that sort of story, you would, want a shot of the inventor, you would want a shot of the material that didn't work and the problem, and then you would want one of the solution, of the new material. The clearer you can be before the shoot, the more likely that you're going to get everything that you need in that one day. Because if you have to do a reshoot or go back for more, it's going to cost you a whole lot more money. I mean, as far as all that goes, I think for that shoot, it was like a 3-minute sales video that we actually did for Kickstarter. And that's why we really invested in this, because on Kickstarter, you really need to have a great sales video. And I think it cost us about $5,000 in total from start to finish for both the shooting, the video, the photos, all the stuff, anything that needed to be rented, as well as the editing of the photos and the basic video edit, was about $5,000. That might sound like a lot of money to some of you, and it may sound like chump change to some of you too, but it's really not a lot of money, because like I said, that is an asset that you now have in your business. And we took that video, all that footage, and we were able to use it in so many different ways. And we never did an additional photo or video shoot after that. We had all the footage that we need. We've been running ads on Facebook, video ads, and the same website video that we use, that's the same video we created for Kickstarter. We just tweaked the ending to say buy it at our website.com. We've been using that footage for almost 3 years now. So that $5,000 helped lead to tons and tons of sales, right? It obviously paid for itself over time. It may not pay for itself in the first month. Thinking long term, you got to think of it as an asset that you're investing in. And then that's how it becomes worthwhile. The last thing that I'll say that just came to mind was the video editing is very, very important. It's important to know whether your videographer is a good, talented editor, if he wants to edit, or if he has anyone else that he recommends for editing, because it depends what you're going for. Again, it was a dog toy product that needed to be demonstrated. So we really needed like a really great video. We actually went on the humor route. We wanted it to be kind of funny. And so we actually hired my friend who is a video editor. He's actually a part-time comedian and improv guy, and does video editing. And so we knew we wanted to go that direction. And so he actually helped make it into like a really world-class, funny sales video. And that worked out really, really well. And I think he was like $50 or $75 an hour. And we maybe had to hire him for 5 or 10 hours in order to, edit all that footage, because we had a lot of footage. But again, all of that editing is just so critical. We actually asked him, we asked the editor, like, we want you to give us this long video, this short video. We want to give us like 10 different Instagram videos that were 15 seconds or less. And, you can, the clearer you can be with them, it doesn't take them that much extra time to do it. So if you can spell out all that stuff with them on the front end, then you're going to more than get your money's worth in your business. So to help wrap it up, what everyone always asks is, well, Jeff, which one should I do first, right? So there's no hard or fast rule, but if I had to give you advice, if you have no videos at all for any of your key products right now, and you don't have any videos in your arsenal, then I would start with either the slideshow video or the do-it-yourself video. That's just because you need to throw something up, okay? Even though it might be in your budget to go commercial, just keep in mind that the commercial video route, it might take a month to 3 months or so to complete it. And honestly, just think about yourself. You got to know yourself. If you started it tomorrow and started the process of the whole commercial video shoot and searching for videographers in your area, is there a chance that you might give up on the process at some point in the way, or it'll get delayed? So it may get delayed another year, right? You've probably thought about video a dozen times. That's why if you don't have any video right now and you've been kind of procrastinating that, I would just recommend you start with the slideshow video or the do-it-yourself video and just throw something up there, because any video is going to be better than no video. So it's better to start where you are, even if it's not like a world-class video. It really doesn't matter. It's still going to help your business. So start there, take action, and it would be a good practice run for you anyways. And that will actually help you prepare for the commercial video. So what I would say is, after you get a basic video up for your product, and now you're in business with that, then move on to the commercial step. One other thing that comes to mind as well is people say, well, what dollar amount of sales should I be at before I invest in video? And this is a really hard question to answer as far as like giving a number. Honestly, if you're doing like $5,000 or $10,000 per month, it's probably worth going the commercial route, because it will pay for itself. Because if you can use that video, put it on your Amazon listing, put it on your Shopify or website, and let's say it boosts your conversion by 10 or 20%. Well, don't think about just the growth in sales the next month, because think about it. If your sales go from $10,000 to say $12,000, because now you've got a really great video up on your site and your conversion rate's gone up, and now you've got $12,000 in sales. Well, that $12,000, that additional $2,000 is probably going to stay there every month after that, right? And so think about and extrapolate the numbers to be, well, if I gain $2,000 this month, that's actually $24,000 in additional sales in the next 12 months alone, and more than that after 12 months, right? What I would say is, if you are at even like $500 a month in sales, you should immediately start with the slideshow or do-it-yourself video, right? That will help boost your sales and give you those assets. I would really recommend that you try to think long-term with this and think how you can use video in your business. I think you'll come to the decision that it's worth investing in video and taking the time to do it, and try to have a team member to help do it as well. So it's not all on you. Have them come up with the draft and a plan to, put this video filming process in place, and just try to keep it simple and take action on it. I think you'll see that it'll pay off, hopefully in the short term, but definitely in the long run, it will pay off for you. That's my take on video, and I hope that this was helpful for you guys. All right, well, hopefully that was helpful as we talked about how to utilize videos in your business, how to get them made cheaply and quickly, and just take a second to really think about where you're at in your business. What would make the most sense for you right now? Where are you at? Video is an asset in your business that can be sliced and diced into 30 different types of videos, 30 different versions of videos: long form, short form, advertising form, content form. You can use it on Amazon. You can use it on your website. Video is only going to get bigger, I believe, as a trend. And if you're not utilizing much video yet, I think now is the time to focus on it this year, make it a priority, and don't miss out on the opportunities that come along with video, because it can really take your business to the next level. Thank you guys so much for listening, and hope to see your guys' product videos out there soon. Thanks.